Are you saying that all the engravings are done by hand? Well, of course. There are specially trained people. Man, that's meticulous work considering how many motorcycles are produced. By the way, how many are produced? Well, around 30,000. So shall we get started? All right, so let us go ahead and proceed now, shall we? What, there won't be a ritual? No? Well, the sound is there, but it's not quite right. Just a little off. There's no smell of childhood. The rear light is a little drop, slightly. Well, it's just absolutely beautiful. But it's actually already LED, you know, by the way. Well, there's chrome everywhere. Chrome, chrome. Chrome, chrome, chrome. If I am asked to draw a motorcycle, I will definitely 100% sketch a Jawa motorcycle in profile or a very similar car. Because for my generation and even older ones, Jawa is certainly not just a motorcycle, it's an image. It's kind of like when we hear the word God, we picture a powerful guy with a thick, light-colored beard. I agree, not everyone sees it that way, but you got the idea. I hope so. So, for us, Jawa was almost like a god among motorcycles. Exactly 95 years ago, on this historically significant anniversary, in 1929 in Prague, Czechoslovakia, the arms engineers František Janáček bought the license to produce the remarkable Wanderer 500 motorcycle from the Germans. A notable achievement. By the way, the name Jawa comes from the first syllables of the surnames Janáček and Wanderer, Java. The first motorcycle was, logically, the Wanderer with a 4-stroke engine, but it was too expensive for buyers. Then, in 1931, a lightweight motorcycle with a 2-stroke engine and a cylinder capacity of 175 cubic centimeters appeared, and it was a success. Then there was the war and work for the Third Reich, and after the victory, the enterprises were nationalized, and motorcycle production began with doubled strength. The first motorcycles in the USSR started to appear in the 1950s. They started bringing them in by officers who served in Eastern European countries. And in 1957, a state contract was signed between the Soviet Union and Czechoslovakia for the supply of Jawa motorcycles to the USSR. These were the Jawa 250 and 350 models. Here before you is their direct descendant. This is a new motorcycle released last year with no mileage, to speak. But as they say, there's a catch. But the catch is that the largest, and I won't hesitate to say this, in Europe, company once built a factory in India, in the city of Mysore, and successfully produced motorcycles there. Then came the time of universal collapse, and the factory was sold to the Mahindra company. At first they made Jawas there, then they made Jawas that ride, and then just like spikes. What a Russian word, indeed, such a word. So the revival of Jawa in India began in 2014. Well, you got it, the revival in India. And what about the Czech Republic? The licensing agreement was signed by the Indians with the Czechs, without the Slovaks. For the use of the brand, Mahindra's Classic Legends sends a percentage to Europe. Motorcycle kits are sent from India to the Czech Republic. But what is produced in India can only be sold in India, as these motorcycles do not meet European certification requirements. That's why motorcycle kits are sent from India to the Czech Republic. In the Czech Republic, they assemble motorcycles that meet European safety protocols. So, today we have the Jawa 300 SL, and in the background, it's the Jawa 42 and the Jawa Pirak. There they are, and we'll talk about them another time. I take my hat off to the people of Bharat. They managed to create an incredibly authentic and meticulously crafted motorcycle with a deep respect for the appearance and essence of the Jawa 250. They were able to capture the spirit of that era while making the motorcycle modern in terms of technology. The frame is duplex. This design is the simplest and most reliable, having stood the test of time. It is still widely used in motorcycle construction today. Imagine two rings that touch at the handlebars and under the tank. The frame is the foundation of everything, and it holds everything together. And your rear end as well? The deep mudguards, also known as fenders. The beautiful chrome tank cover with the Jawa inscription. But it looks similar. And they even designed the engine inspired by the old one. But there is ribbing, but that's more of a facade. Look. The radiator! And it's a 4-stroke engine which is efficient and reliable. The engine has nothing in common with the old one, except for one cylinder in terms of style. With a working volume of 294 cubic centimeters, the engine produces 23 horsepower, which isn't a lot for a real iron motorcycle with a dry weight of 182 kilograms. The maximum torque is 5750 RPM. The cylinder diameter is 76 millimeters. The piston stroke is 65, and the gas distribution is also handled by a 4-valve mechanism with 2 camshafts. And no carburetor. There's an injector here. That's right. And everything is painted in cherry color. But I found the only plastic part here. Even on the Jawa, as you can see, Moscow was indeed made of iron and had full-fledged storage compartments. And these, let us check them right now. So, well, here are the gears and the brains. Very neat and compact. Instructions. A set of tools. Fuses. Well, there's not much space, but thanks for what there is. The rear suspension, as the cheerful old lady bequeathed, is a swing arm. The forks don't require special lubrication since they rest on self-lubricating bearings of the 2 shock absorbers. But they stand out a bit from the style with their novelty. But I guess that's how it should be. It's safer that way. By the way, they are adjustable. You can set a certain stiffness for them, but someone else does that. I don't know. The front fork has a travel of 135 meters, also the telescopic classic of the Jawa, but with one very important detail. Disc brake. Hydraulic? So the disc is 240 millimeters, super 2-piston floating. This is only at the front. There's also a disc brake on the rear wheel. I'll repeat, all the brakes are CBS. And also, the front and rear wheels are not the same. 215/18, 250/17, wheelbase 1370 millimeter. By the way, about the dimensions, the length, or rather the wheelbase, is 1370 millimeters. It's a bit more than the old lady. It has 1335. The seat height is 300 and 760 millimeters. Divine. The same. The seat is classic, but unfortunately it doesn't open here. We need to unscrew it. The battery is located at the bottom. Another very nice touch. Legs, round headlights, speedometer, not same, color similar. And a styled speedometer. Of course, it's not the same, but the color is almost the same. But the main thing is, it has a reverse motion, from top to bottom, right to left. And there's also a fuel level indicator here. The tank is 13 liters. Revival. There's no fuel tap. There's a fuel pump for the injector in the tank. Gas starts flowing when you turn on the ignition. And then I pull the clutch and press the starter button. And that's it. But I want it to be archaic with a Kickstarter.
И все. А хочется архаично, слабки.
Who am I kidding? I don't want to... It's the feeling of controlling the motorcycle. Despite low power, you have full control. When the power is a bit low, but you have complete control over it, literally all of it. But that's not the main thing about the new Jawa. The main thing here is something completely different. I feel like I've become 30 years younger. Well, okay, 20. Yeah, riding slowly. The maximum here is 130, but the ideal is up to 110. And for me, 70. Guys, you can't see because of the helmet. I know it's stupid, but I only have one head, so driving and smiling. The innovations in this case have definitely paid off. The new Euro 5 engine is more predictable and reliable than the old one, no doubt about it. It doesn't vibrate or jerk, it just works. As for how reliable it is, I can't really say. Those questions are for the dealer. Oh, Jawa leader, they've been officially bringing Jawa to Russia since 2007, and I've just been riding them officially and enjoying it. So the gearbox has 6 speeds. They're understandable, but in my opinion, there are a lot of them. Still, better to have more than less. Yeah, and I'm not exactly a hardcore motorcyclist. They're understandable, but I think there are a lot of them. Still, better to have more than less. Yeah, I'm just an average motorcyclist. The only thing that bothers me about the motorcycle is the grips. They're just too modern, lacking any sense of emotion or character. I want them to shine with a brilliant reflective chrome finish, not be a dull, lifeless black. About the brakes. Since I'm a car driver, I tend to brake more often with the foot-operated rear brake. And it's a disc brake with a good deceleration ratio. And the front is a disc brake too, yes, and it has ABS. Well, this is just a gift for the Jawa. Bold, sharp, reliable. In short, it's exactly what you need. For Russia and for India, Jawa is not just a motorcycle. It's a connection to the past. It's pleasant memories. It's a connection to the past. These are pleasant memories. It's a bridge to the past that we can ride across today. The hunt continues!